Good evening, our Patriot family, and welcome to another episode of the Patriot Brothers. I'm your producer, host, and brother Zachary Smouse, and with me are your Patriot brothers, the Appalachian Reaper and the Conservative Patriot. On tonight's episode, we are going to be discussing the freaky bullshittery that is happening, aka apparently conspiracy theories to anyone who think we are crazy.
The Fake News Network. Brought to you by Charmin. When Zach needs to wipe his butt, he uses Charmin.
I can't believe Joe Biden said that.
This morning, I woke up and I was chilling out. And Zach texted me when he woke up, and I was like, man, turn this TV on and watch NBC. And we get on there, and there's a cop from the Capitol building crying because he was so brutally attacked. And then a Republican from Utah, I think it was, got up on the stand crying like a little girl from hearing their war stories, like they were in Baghdad that day. That looked like that's a better scripted play than Hamlet.
Yeah, it's all scripted to fit the narrative.
No, I swear to you, TCP, I watched maybe 10 minutes of it. Zach caught maybe 5 because he didn't want to watch it. He got sick of it real quick. What brought it up was he sent me a text. He said, how's your morning going, you know? And I was like, I'm already pissed off. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, here, let me send you a link. Watch this shit for just a second. And he's like, all right, you know. And then he's like, this is horse shit, man. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, makes you want to slap the hell out of somebody, don't it?
Yeah.
And all it was a bunch of crybaby pansies on there acting like they were brutally attacked. When we all seen the video.
No, no cop was attacked. This is just another kangaroo court. That's all it is.
Howdy there, Sunflower. Howdy, Carolina.
Buds.
Steve, I'm not saying hello to you. Not till you get on the panel, buddy. Hey, Scrimshaw Rose. Who was the other one? Damn it, I missed one. Anyway, we're not the Frog News Network. We're the Fake News Network. Oh, that's probably the same thing, ain't it?
Scrimshaw.
Welcome, everybody, to the show. Sorry about the intro. That was a little bit goofy. It was me acting up with Zach there. I got to pick on him just slightly. I was working on getting my green screen working behind, or blue screen working behind me earlier, but I didn't have time to finish it, so I hung a flag for you guys.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason. Fuzzy, that's who I missed. Welcome, Fuzzy. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the Fake News Network. Or should we just act like we're the Fake News Network? What's that mean? You want us to be the Fake News Network? All right, TPP, you play Don Lemons.
Oh, jeez, no.
I play the gay Kumho brother. We can't do that. Zach could be rolling in the floor the whole podcast.
Oh, white supremacist.
I brought something to Zach's attention today. We got to look at the McAfee letter, the actual suicide letter they're calling it. Of course, to me, it looks like something he was planning to write on Twitter, because he had line after line marked out. Like, he might have one full sentence on the page. It was like he was trying to. I mean, he always wrote dark, weird stuff all the time. That's what he was known for. And it was dark and it was weird, and it looked unfinished to me. And you would think, if somebody's going to write a suicide note, that it would be legible and they would want to say something special in it, at least. I mean, another thing that was pointed out to me was on the letter, they said it was folded up in his pocket, and you can clearly see on the copy of it, you know, like if you make a copy of a sheet of paper and it has crinkles in it, you're going to see those crinkles.
Yeah.
You cannot see the fold marks in the paper.
Yeah.
So personally, I don't know. I don't think it's a suicide letter, but
It could be like a made up thing I just placed in his pocket.
who was that, Zach?
What?
Yeah. Is that one of your friends from MySpace, or? Twitch.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's the first time I've seen a Twitch comment on here. Thank you guys for commenting.
Thank you, guys. Hit that like button.
Jason, I cannot say that you're adorable. I can say that you're a good feller, but I don't know that I'd say you're adorable. John D. Bunch, I think that letter was, personally, I think it was a tweet that he was going through in his head, and he was marking lines out and trying to make it sophisticated like he always did, because he had like certain letters in there, you know.
Yeah.
And different things all along the letter that were different. I mean, so I don't think it was planted. I think it was I think it was planted to look like a suicide letter, but I think it was originally his, yes, but it was something to do with Twitter.
Yeah. I agree with that statement.
Zach, you seen the same page. What'd you think about it?
I didn't see it, but
it's on YouTube. There's a group of fellers that went over it. All you got to do is type it in on YouTube, and there's two guys that bring it up and look at it and go over it, and they come to about the same conclusion I did.
We haven't opened up the piano yet, guys. We will.
Yeah, we will. We will open up the panel eventually.
Just want to talk about this first.
Jason, you're not allowed, because you're not adorable. Zach's the only one that's allowed to be adorable. Let's hear another word from our sponsors.
Brilliant.
No, seriously. I was watching that this morning and I wanted to puke. A guy who called himself a Republican got up there crying.
Oh yeah, Adam Kissinger. Yeah, that was a theatrical show.
Go ahead, Zach.
Go ahead, buddy.
I honestly think it wasn't a suicide letter because it looked too precise.
Yeah.
Good point.
It looked like he was trying to make something very precise, didn't it? Like one of his tweets. I mean, that's how it was with his tweets, I'm sure, because he always come out with something crazy. I'm sorry I had the sniffles, guys. If you heard that, I apologize.
Get this stuff. Works good.
I might have the sniffles, but Zach has the dribbles. Oh, I want to say something before we get too deep into things here. This show is strictly comedy. Strictly comedy. You cannot take anything we say seriously. Zach,
Hey,
you just got a text
Jeremy
message.
the Jester.
Hey, Zach.
How you doing, Jester?
Zach. Yeah, I watched him the other night make fun of you. Hey, Zach. Boom. Zach.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Jeremy. You want me to tell you the funny thing about that, brother? You kept pointing at your phone, and while you're doing that, I kept sending him text messages so you would keep doing that. Hey, Kay. Hey, Jason. That's not his girlfriend. That's his friend. You want to spit things? Spit facts, son. Yeah, if I catch you again doing that, Jeremy, I'll do the same. I'll keep sending back-to-back texts just so you can keep saying it.
Poor Zach.
He was all the way in the back of the room. I could see his head bobbing back there, and I was like, "What the hell is he doing?" You know. And I sent him a text message. I was like, "Zach, you ain't been on screen in like 10 minutes. You're back. It's like you're digging for gold or something, buddy." And every time I would, you know, his phone would go off. Jeremy would be like, Zach, your phone. Zach would raise his head up out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh.
So when Zach put his head back down to go back to work, I would send another text message. And then Jeremy would be like, Zach! I'd see that head pop up. Oh, yeah.
This poor guy.
It was enjoyable. Oh, one of God's warriors. I'm sure more than their audit will get, or more than the puzzle of it.
Yeah, of course they did.
What I just said, I got all tongue tied.
That's why they did it.
Come on and get up here, whoever wants to get up here. Zach wasn't going to hold it another second. He seen Kay in the chat. He was like, I better drop a link. Drop a link.
He's like, damn you, Evolution.
Shut up so I can drop a link. Jason, does that take you by surprise, buddy? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a surprise. I mean, the guy said he wiped his ass right in front of a national camera. What shit? I wiped my ass. It's like, really? Like, we need to know that.
I don't care. This flag behind me, I don't care much about 2024, but I do like the F your feelings part.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Hey, Steve.
Hey, I tell you where my fist is going in 2024.
You're passing it.
Passing it to Trump so he can be president again. But I hope he'd be back before then and maybe come back in 2022 because everything got stolen from him by these lying pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute, Jeremy. What do you do? I'm lost. Maybe I shouldn't be asking that question. When Zach and I first got on StreamYard, he was waxing on and waxing off. I'm talking about his hat. He was waxing his hat to make it look good for the show. Yeah, one of God's warriors. I'm sure they'll delete them from all platforms that they can, but there's certain platforms they can't get deleted from if they reach out to those platforms and start posting on them. Like, for instance, YoReTube. I mean,
I heard it. It's now beta now. YoReTube/beta.
I don't know about that. I know the guy that's working on the app, and he's pretty sharp.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
But they put every channel to cover a huge dick shoot into space in a rocket shaped like a penis.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Out of all things.
I seen they keep posting the picture with goofy ass Bezos. And I'm like, I get so tired of seeing his head.
Oh, it's nice.
Jason,
Yeah,
nobody understands what he's talking about. He's passed a cognitive test. Joe Biden has passed a cognitive test. He can't even tell you what color his toenails are.
Oh, he's trying to avoid it. I know that.
Zach, your phone.
Oh, excuse me. Where's that? I can't tell you.
I think we need to give Zach a cognitive test. Go ahead, Zach.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
I know shit.
Hey, Zach, do the thing I told you to do at McDonald's drive-thru.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's fine.
Have a very, very big bum.
Did you look at puppy sauce? I don't know. I just.
Zach, your phone. Zach, your phone. I can't do it as good as Jeremy.
Oh, Zach. Oh, it's nice. Oh, he brought his part up. He blew this shit up.
It's probably K.
I'm getting there. My computer has to rebuild. No biggie. If you love you crazy.
Hey, Zach. Your phone.
Oh, it's fine. Here's a famous finger. Yeah.
I just sent him about 65 periods in a row.
Oh, shit.
And another message from our sponsors.
If we had any. I wish we did. That'd be cool.
Poor Zach don't catch a break ever. You know, I went to get on Dangerous Freedom After Dark the other night, and dude had passed out with his camera off. I mean, just knocked slick out. And I was sitting in the back. I was sitting in the back room. I was like, "Let me up there." It just wasn't happening. Oh yeah, you could hear him or Biaxo snoring while everybody else was talking. And Zach was up there like, "Dangerous. Reaper is in the back."
Was he really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to help me out. It just wasn't working. I would like to know where the hell Choni is. I would like to hear something from her about Arizona last week or the week before, whatever, whenever she went.
Yeah. Been having some crazy stuff out there.
Typhoon set to rip China up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Zach.
Oh, it's spies.
Zach, your phone.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that was for me unless it was one of the periods I sent 20 minutes ago. Yeah, did you guys see that? That was Zach going from laughing to looking at his phone, and he was like, "What the hell did you do, man?"
Oh, wait. I'm wearing my camouflage t-shirt. Let's see if y'all can see me. Hold up. I got a camouflage background.
Right on.
Hold on. I can't see you. Where'd he go?
I'm right here.
All I see is like a white bristle beard. A white bristle beard and a golf hat.
I'm right here.
Oh, there you are. Shit.
There I am. There we go. Sitting in front of the original rebel flag.
Right
The
on.
original 13 colonies.
That's right.
Yep.
How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Yeah, doing all right.
Good.
Just
I worked out. Well, actually, I did some grocery shopping today with Mom. I had to take her to the foot doctor, and then did like a month and a half worth of grocery shopping. I didn't have to get any meats; it was just dry products and shit. And then
All right.
came home and worked on my model some that I'm working on. I got an ATST I'm working on, and I just got done putting together another leg. Gonna have to paint it. Oh, and I ordered me another airbrush so I can be like, shh.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
if you come get this set up, you can have it if you give me a tattoo or 3.
Dude, I can set that thing up, man. I got the needles and everything. You should see the my art studio gun room. Oh, dude, I got, you know how many of those I have in different sizes and different mags and what is the number on it? What's the number say?
On which one?
Like, does
I've
it
got-
say like 9RL or does it like 9?
Yeah, I've got all of
You got shaders, you got liners, you got mags, you got rounds. Yeah. See, I got
Yeah.
But 9 is the size, is how many needles is in it. Yeah, those are the tips. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got everything. I've done a few on myself, but
Yeah. I got all that stuff too. I got the stencil paper and all that. Yep. What type of ink is that? Okay, I use this other type of ink that I have. It's pretty good ink, really. But yeah, man. Yeah.
I've got
Slap that bad boy on you.
Look what else I got here. This is a
Ooh, I
round.
like those.
That's a round that nobody wants to talk about, and I don't know why. That is a 4570 government round.
Ooh. You know what I have? Yeah. I have one box of 444 Marlins. And I don't even know.
Listen, when I was a kid, there was this old timer. He had a 444, and he convinced me to shoot that damn thing. And that is the only gun that ever hurt me. But I was a kid at the time, so.
Yeah. I mean, I have that, and I have a couple of other different boxes of rounds, and I was always taught by my grandfather, even if you have ammo that you don't have a gun for, you save it. You can trade, or if you get it or whatever. He's like, you don't get rid of that shit. He's like, I don't care. He's like, you save that shit. And I'm like, so I've been in one of my ammo crate with some other ammo that I don't have. Like, I've got, what's it? There's the 38 rounds, and then what's the other 38 round?
38 special?
Not that one. The one that goes in the automatic. It's like the pistols. I got it. I got them back there somewhere, man. But you can't put them in a regular 38 or whatever.
But is it 30-06?
No, hold on one second, man. My brain is fogged out now. Now I'm pissed off. I gotta find out.
Moose Man, tell me how rare one of those 444s are, because I've only seen one in my life, and this is only the second time I've heard somebody mention them.
38 supers. That's what they are.
Yeah, I don't know.
These
38
cannot
super,
go in a 38
okay.
special. These cannot go in a 38 a revolver. These are for mags.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But I got a box of those. So I got all types of bargaining chips.
Hey, Moose Man, if they're not rare, then how come I've never seen many?
Oh, did Moose Man say 444s are not rare? Thanks, Moose Man.
But then he says Marlin made many in 1895, lever guns and 444.
Yeah, Backwoods actually had one. Backwoods said I think he got his first year with one of those, with a 444 Marlin.
I've only seen one in my lifetime, and this is only the second time I've heard somebody mention one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ammo is crazy. Like,
it looks almost like this 4570, but it's short, skinnier. I mean,
it looks like an elephant gun almost. Yeah, almost like that, but it's skinnier.
It's straight. It's just like this, straight. But I've shot one. There's a lot of them in Alaska. He said, must not be a lot here in Tennessee because.
They ain't here in North Carolina neither. Not that I know of.
Right. We got a fresh troll.
Yeah, Moose Man. I could see that being the case, but the actual old 444 is something we don't have a lot of here. But yeah, the 44 Magnum, you can shoot 410s out of them. A lot of them 44 Magnum guns.
Oh, it's an extension of the 44. Okay, Moose Man. All right.
I get it now. I know what he's saying. But I guess the 444 was probably something they made long ago, and it was different then. You know what I mean?
That's why I love Moose Man.
More a northern cartridge, you
Northern
said.
cartridge. Okay, yeah, up north for a northern. Okay, yeah.
I actually have a 44 revolver.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy just bought the Judge.
It's a 1851 Colt replica.
Oh, nice.
I've shot a few of those Judges.
The 410.
They're
And
nice.
yeah. It can load the 410 and the 45.
My person, I like the. There's the Judge and the Governor. I like the Governor better. The Smith and Wesson version.
Mhm.
Taurus makes the Judge. I
The
think.
Judge, yeah. Taurus is the Judge, yeah. And I know Moose Man hates Tauruses.
Right.
44 Marlin is a rifle cartridge designed in 1964 by Marlin Firearms and Remington Arms. Okay.
Yeah, having Moose Man around is like having a dictionary on guns.
I love that man right there. Eesh, I have Moose Man around you. Hey, Moose Man, tell me about this. Should I do this with a gun? No, don't do that, you stupid bastard.
like honestly, growing up in the South, I know quite a bit about guns, but if there's something I don't know, I know who knows.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Yep. It was designed to fill a gap in the left by the.
Hey, Prepper 101.
Okay, cool. Prepper 101. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, so they made the 444 to take over for the 4570 for a while.
Yeah, it was to fill the gap.
That makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the 4570 was a big deal back in the day. I know that's what they done a lot of their sniper shooting with, I think, in a lot of movies anyway. I love watching the old Western movies where they're shooting 4570s and 3030s. And to be honest with you guys, everybody in this world right now wants to buy a semi-auto weapon. Me personally, I'd rather have lever actions, and I would rather have. I like lever myself. Bolt action are good, but I like lever. I'd rather have lever action rifles, and I would rather have. I'd rather have my barrel pistol. I mean, that's just.
I love my little 410, man. It's a single shot that shoots the longs and the shorts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Beast. I love it. I named her Maggie. Oh, she's beast. I'd be surgical with that.
Right
bitch.
on.
Yeah, I'm surgical with her.
Who do we got trolling?
There's a guy named Orange Out, but I don't think he's around anymore. I was catching it in our chat, so I knew it, but somebody else took care of it.
Moose Man says still for sale by Marlin.
Really?
They're neat. I know that. I'll tell you one thing. My Carolina.
I don't.
I have the. I had or have. Well, my dad has I've shot it and I've kept it for a while. A Golden Boy 4570. That's why I got these rounds. Checking to see if this right here is too long for the lever action. It needs a shorter lead on it. And instead of having the newer Henry that has the slide on the side, it's the older one that has the tube at the top.
Oh, you feed in the tube. Yeah. I used to have a 22 that you fed in the tube.
Yeah, a lot of, I think it was, do you remember the Browning that fed in the buttstock?
I don't remember that, but I remember having a 22 when I was younger that fed in the tube at the top.
Moose Man, do you remember the Browning 22 that you fed the bullets in the buttstock in the tube? Those were neat guns. It was always weird to me. You would put your rounds in the buttstock, and it had a hole in the butt plate on the side, the opposite side of the shooter, and you just fed them in. Zach, you should listen to Jeremy.
Come at me, bro. Come at me. You're all the way halfway across the country. I'm not worried about you. I love you, Zach, man. Don't let nobody. I wouldn't let anybody fuck with you, buddy. Even on my bad day, they would have a worse day. So.
Oh yeah.
Lisa, I don't think you're the only one that feels that way anymore. I believe about everybody would fight for Zach.
Oh hell yeah.
But
I heard it.
It's awfully sweet of you, though. I mean, to be his mama, the boy needs one. He ain't got no strength.
Zach, I've been driving my mom crazy for the past couple of days because she only lives 2 doors down, man. I love my mom, but I've been driving her crazy because I've been whistling Big Rock Mountain. Do you remember? That's an old song. It was in Oh Brother We're Out Loud. It was in the very beginning of it. I've been whistling that song and it's been driving up the freaking wall.
Which song was it?
Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Oh, yeah. I like that one, Down in the River.
Oh, yeah. I like that one. That's good. That whole soundtrack is good. What are you talking about, man? I love that movie. You know, we can watch it on this horrible YouTube, man, for free.
Jeremy, it's because we're country as hell. Nobody else knows what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I protest that statement. Maybe because you're closer to him, but that's the only thing that gives you the upper hand right now.
Hey Zach, can you post the link up there for Kay so she can get in here?
No, don't, Zach.
Your phone went off again.
Look.
Oh, look, that guy. He's like, hey, it's my show, damn it.
Look, he almost lost his shit right there.
Hey, I just want to say congratulations, and I'm proud of you, and I pray for you every night. You know how many days you've been sober. I mean, for real, I love you. And I'm right here with you. You know, so if you ever need to call, you can get my number from Zach, and if you need to talk or anything.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have Zach text you my number right now. I want you to text me real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Zach, text Jeremy my number real fast.
See, mine's gonna sound. Yeah, text me, Zach, because mine's gonna sound like.
Did you see him almost? He almost lost his shit when I said no. Don't drop the link for Kay.
Yeah, you. I was like, you son of a bitch. God, he's horrible. I want to tell this guy he's horrible. He's gonna make some joke about sending midget porn to him or something. I love him.
Yeah, Moose Man, I agree. I think my legs would be faster than hers.
Hey, David, thank you, buddy. Good. Get some sleep, man. I understand you got to get up early, but thank you. Appreciate
3
it.
a.m. Oh, shit.
Thanks for
That's
stopping
like
in,
the time
David.
I
Matt.
usually go to bed or get ready to start going to bed. Ain't that right, Lonely Kitty?
David Matt's a good dude. He everywhere I go, he says, "Hey, Reaper, how you doing?" You know,
Awesome.
just a good dude.
I'm waiting for it, Zach.
Zach don't even know what the hell he's doing right now. He's
I
tore
don't
all
think
to
he does. I
hell.
think he lives in Colorado. He's probably been eating the medical gummies or one of them brownies they got up in there, sucking on a lollipop all damn day, working on his computer trying to read digital code for your
Look at that! Look at that hair. He done took the hat off, dude.
I'm done with this shit. Yeah, I'm tired of y'all. That's exactly. I'm not doing it anymore.
I don't think it's medical marijuana we have to worry about. I think he might be speedballing over there. Look at his hair.
Zach, drugs are not the answer. I told you to stop doing that hard stuff and stay away from the Jabberwocky. Bad boy. Bad Zach. Bad Zach. Anyway, he smoked the weed. Don't do that heavy crap. That ain't nothing. It eats holes in your brain.
Oh, did you hear the Democrats want to arrest the jabbed?
Yeah. Yeah, stay away from the Jabberwocky. No, I told you. No.
He's tore all to hell right now. He can't even gain his composure.
He is anonymous. He's like, what? What are you talking about? Computer hacking and asking and shutting down stuff for billions of Bitcoin dollars. Hey guys, I'm close to that new wheelchair with all the guns on it. Remember the one I showed you?
Yeah.
Way there. Wink. I don't know what you're talking about. What? Hacking into people, taking their money. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he's tore out. You know why he's tore out to hell right now? It's because he's dropped that link like 5 times for K.
Mm-hmm. There she is.
And the ghost has arisen.
The ghost. Hey, I don't function super well in the first few days of not drinking.
Hey, but you're doing good, man. I'm proud of you. You got to stick with it, man. It's hard.
I'm over the shakes, over the sickness. Now,
okay.
Now it's just the cravings.
Yeah, the cravings. Right. Yeah. But once you get past the shakes and the sweating and everything, it's pretty much pretty good. You know?
Well, I can't say that I agree. I had like a month-long stretch of gritting my teeth and wanting to kill everybody that spoke to me.
Oh, I still kind of want to do that for sure.
I
every little thing. It's like, oh, God damn it! I just want a beer.
Right. I understand you. I hear you there. When I had a problem with the white lady, and that was years and years and years ago though, but I did have a problem with her. And that's why I know I just don't even associate around with anything like that anymore. That's why I stay at home all the time and I sit with you guys. I'd rather sit here with you guys, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because how I got off of this is I started gambling. Because gambling,
you always trade something,
the exact same endorphins as your brain as this right here does. So I started gambling, and then I won money and I lost money. And then I won money and then lost money. And then I stopped doing this and I started gambling. Well, then I just won myself off gambling about 2 years ago. So.
Yeah.
You two make me look good.
Huh.
I can't even like, I don't know. Hey, good for both of you. I mean, I've been clean for 4 years, but it was hell getting there.
Oh yeah, it's a battle. It's a struggle and a battle, man. But you know,
I haven't had any alcohol for the last 8 years.
What's that
I
dancing over there?
Who's who?
I see you dancing. What you doing?
Me?
No, Zach.
Zach's dancing. Oh yeah. I'm still waiting for him to text me that number.
You doing the Macarena over there, Zach?
Yeah. I don't have it.
God, I haven't
Yeah,
heard
he's
that
not
song in so
texting me
many
my
years.
number
Wow.
because he'll get jealous as hell if I start texting you instead of him.
Oh yeah, he don't care. Shit.
I don't care who texts Zach. If you all text at the same time, I get the text back first.
Yeah, I think that goes unspoken.
You don't know that one.
It puts the lotion on the skin,
Hey, Lisa.
Oh, damn.
and then wax it off again.
Yeah. Puts the peanut butter on it.
Oh my god.
Wax it off. Put the peanut butter in a basket.
Put the peanut butter in a basket? What the shit? Hello, Nicole.
Nicole's here. Lisa's here. It's good to see you guys.
Shit.
No, I'll be honest with everybody up here. I don't think either one of you two were in here last week when I told my story, but life is so much better now, and none of the NAAA, none of that shit worked for me. I done it I know I went to rehab 6 times, so I've probably done NA and AA 16 times.
Oh, crap.
It just never worked for me. I had to find what for? I done everything. Like I was addicted
I've done
to
almost everything except for pushing a needle. I never did
What?
that.
I did.
I did almost everything else too. And I'm 42, so
I shot up. I shot up dope I shot up pain pills forever, and then I switched to heroin, and then I switched to meth, and then I switched to pills. No, not pills again. I went to pills for a while, but then I started doing Suboxone like that. Then I got off of all that and got on nerve pills real bad.
Like gabapentin?
No, like Klonopin and Xanax.
Xanax, benzos and stuff like that. Yeah, making cocktails.
I've still got scars on my arms. I mean, that'll never leave.
Yep. That's why doctors are assholes to me.
I hear you, Mitch, man. Oh, scars. Speaking of scars, where's it at? Oh, it's right there. I burnt the shit out myself the other day. It's like all the way across there. Shit.
Ouch.
See it? That black mark? Yeah, there you go. That's a burn. That's what happens when you reach in and accidentally touch the broiling rack with your arm.
Yeah.
Oh! That's hot steel. That's like, oh my God.
Jason, I'm sorry, but I'm not. You're not going to get me to say that you're adorable. That's just not going to happen.
I can't say that. Jason.
I have no idea.
Jason is a very sweet person.
Puppies are adorable.
There's only room for one adorable person on this panel, and that's Zach.
Exactly.
Zach is the only adorable one.
Look at that cute little soul patch
I
under
don't
his
know
lip.
why I have my camera on. That's a better picture. Look at that. There we go. Better than what I had up there.
Oh shit!
I'm just teasing. Oh, okay, Zach.
I love that picture.
Come back to the live thing. You don't have to push it in my face all the time, buddy. I appreciate it. Always rubbing that in my face. I know, I hear you. I love you, man. So, Zach, did you hear about the non-treatable fungus that came out Thursday? That is in DC and in Dallas, Texas. It's in a hospital and some nursing facilities. It's a non-treatable fungus.
Like mystery meat, kinda.
Well, all I know is, and I heard this on the radio, and it's a radio news conservative, so it's not like the NBC or ABC or all that other crap. But it said that it's a non-treatable fungus. They've tried everything, antibiotics, everything to kill it, and they're not, and they can't get rid of it. So I thought that was pretty crazy. Oh, and then this morning here in North Carolina, I want to say that I heard that they were talking about Friday, how there was a spike in the Wuhan Red Death, and it was up to like over 1,900 cases and hospitalized combined together for the new variant, I guess, or whatever that's out. And then they also said that they went knocking to try to give the Jabberwocky away. And then something about, I think another county or whatever might do it or start, walking around and trying to get people to get the Jabberwocky now. So
Meanwhile, in freaking the UK, did you guys hear about that? Almost everybody that got the jab was hospitalized.
Yeah, 141 people, and all of them except for one were fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're either in serious or critical condition. Yes.
Yep.
They're on respirators and all that. Yep. And they've all been all 141, except for one of them. He's only had, I think it was the 2 dose. He only had half a dose or whatever of the jabber. But
I have a friend.
All the rest of them were fully jabberwockied.
Yep. I have a friend who does cleaning for the hospitals. So she got hers, and she said that, they did it in her dominant arm. She's having to use her other arm now. It's a month later now. And she says it is just sore, and the strength is not there.
That's crazy.
I tried to get her to test it with a magnet, but she was scared.
Well, I seen a new TikTok video, and it came out. This is probably about 2 weeks ago or whatever. It was somebody from a Telegram or one of us in the community that put it up. I really can't remember, to be honest with y'all. So I can't give the credit to whoever put it up. But it was a lady, and she was sitting there with her granddaughter or daughter, one of the two, and she had one of those ultraviolet click lights. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Ultralight light. And she handed it to her granddaughter, and she goes, here. She's like, here, shine it here on my arm. And the little girl was shining it on her arm right here, and nothing was happening. So the lady pulled her arm up, her sleeve up. She goes, here, shine it right here where grandma got the jabber, And the lady and the little girl shines it right there, and it starts glowing white. Okay. And then stop. Quiet. Wait. 1 second. Stop. 5 minutes. Quiet. Don't say anything.
I need to pay attention more because I see you guys do all this crazy shit half the time, and I miss it when it's actually happening. And then I'm like rewatching later. And I'm like, what are you doing?
You're muted. Don't. You're muted. You're muted. No, you're muted. Here.
What did that say? Fucking blind.
I don't know. I'm reading the chat at the same time. I can't hear you. You're muted. You have your mic muted. We can't hear you.
Okay, go get some glasses. Fuck.
I know.
You're basically with your nose against the screen, like.
Yes, I know. I've actually had people like in my chat offer to pay for my glasses if I'll go get them.
You got something to say, Zach?
Why wouldn't you take them up on that? I mean, shit. Actually,
I don't ever take anybody up on any of that stuff.
Listen, where I got my glasses and contacts, all I had to do was sign up to the website. They sent me my glasses and contacts without a prescription because I know my prescription, so I didn't have to show them an actual doctor prescription. So it ended up saving me a bunch of money. I only paid like $60. Ended up with glasses and enough contacts to do me a couple months.
Yeah. The last time I wore my glasses was 2011. For some reason, when I got pregnant, my glasses started giving me a headache, and I took them off. One of the kids got a hold of them and broke them, and yeah, here I am. 10 years later?
Yeah.
Don't know what.
That's the mathematicals.
When I was younger, I had a problem with leaving my contacts in, and so now I get really bad headaches if I wear them for longer than a couple hours. But the glasses don't bother me that much.
I think my eyes just got worse when I was pregnant, and so the prescription probably needed to be updated. I don't know.
I get bad headaches if I don't have enough coffee.
You don't
like bad, horrible. I'll be like, oh my God, just leave me the frick alone. And people will start bringing me coffee, and then I'll be okay after a couple.
You don't get eyes this color blue without sacrificing something.
Right. I have shit hazel brown greenish eyes.
Same. Shit hazel. Yep.
Yeah, shit hazel. Yeah. There's just a hint of green. Sometimes a hint of green, because every now and then the light hits it right. It sparkles.
Now, you can tell if I've been crying, though, because my eyes will be like bright green. My son is the same way.
Yeah, my eyes will change like to a lighter green, a tinter green. Yeah.
My mom, like, always knows if I'm upset. Even if I haven't cried, I guess they turn just with emotion. I'm not sure. But my mom was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. Why? It's like your eyes.
I can tell in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Mine actually change with the color I'm wearing. It depends on the color I wear. Most of the time they're really light blue, but if I wear black, they turn into a really light green.
Dang, that's crazy. You're a chameleon.
Yeah, I'm a shapeshifter.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. That was my next thing.
Oh, you got that reptilian blood?
Yeah, he's a reptilian. He's from underneath.
Well, go tell cousin Hillary.
He's going around, you know. He's the one that's helping tell Joe Biden about, you know, the UFOs and the kids.
Hold on a minute. Zach is Hillary's cousin, and Zach played with Joe Biden's leg hair. I think he knows them a little more personally than I do.
He did have hairy legs, and he'd sit in the pool and nut kids.
Oh my God.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Damn that Corn Pop.
Man, that Corn Pop. He's a bad dude, but he makes some damn good cereal. Just saying, man. Just saying. He might be a bad SOB, but that cereal is amazing. It's like crack. S'more cereal is like crack. I can't buy it. I'll lose all my money on s'mores. Zach, your phone's going off good. You got a text message.
Oh my God. Moose man.
I'm trying to put Zach on a healthy diet, and getting him to listen to me is like
Peanut butter
It's because they're in town. They have the best Mexican food ever. And those
he don't eat it
horchata-
though.
What?
He won't eat it.
He won't eat it. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Nicole. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm like, Zach, you got to start eating a bunch of Mexican rice or Chinese rice and boiled eggs of some sort.
No, he just gets a burrito.
No, Zach,
Yeah,
you get
that's
the
the
yellow
problem.
saffron rice. That's the bomb.
No,
You get it at Food Lion for like 87 cents.
we're talking
They
about a
seriously
guy.
have the best horchata though. Like I've had anywhere.
We're talking
That's
about
like
a guy
milk.
who eats 2 waffles in the morning, 6 chicken nuggets at lunch, and a half a Tostino's pizza for dinner.
That's delicious.
I don't eat that anymore. I cook my own food at home. I live out in the middle of nowhere now. Like I don't have like.
I need to go and make Zach and his dad the chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah, make him something.
Yeah.
Shit. Look at him.
I make Alfredo chicken. Make chicken cordon bleu. Oh shit! My damn chair just broke and I almost fell ass backwards.
Yeah, I might actually
That shit was funny as hell.
be in town tonight or tomorrow.
Ooh, it's
.4. Little short notice to do chicken cordon bleu, but
His
that will
whole
happen.
excuse to me is, I don't have a woman to feed me.
I love you, brother.
What about Dad's girlfriend? Doesn't Dad's girlfriend make? I saw her in there cooking that night that we went and got the Mexican food. They were cooking something.
Call him out, Kay. Call him out.
Oh yeah, there you go, Kay. Call him out. All I get is peanut butter.
I feel so bad because I cannot for the life of me remember what Dad's girlfriend's name is.
Whatever. I
know she got a pretty puppy, but I'd say Zach's
yeah.
already tainted that dog's mind.
Right. I knew you got more than just peanut butter. Zach, I still haven't gotten that text message yet. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Andrea, that's right. Okay.
Andrea. Okay.
Or Andrea. Did it say it right?
Andrea,
Is that the pronunciation or is it Andrea?
Andrea. Okay. Andrea is like the more rich person. Like, Andrea came over tonight and we had some wine. Opposed to, hey y'all, Andrea came over and we drank some beers and got shit faced.
I despise the name Andrea. I absolutely despise that name. My brother's wife, her name's Andrea.
So I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
No problem.
No, Chris, I did not see that. I have not seen any news or anything. Yeah, I haven't seen.
Chris, yeah, I seen part of that this morning, and it was bullshit.
Okay, I'm glad everybody's saying it's bullshit. Because, like I said, honestly, I haven't seen it. Sometimes I don't get that good of reception out here with rabbit ears. and I will not get cable because I'm just not paying that much freaking money, y'all. You know what I'm saying? For crap.
I agree.
You know, it's just I just pay for the internet. I got free streaming. You know, I have a Hulu account, but I got that for my brother and his family years ago for Christmas. And I told him that I keep on paying for it. Well, I use it now too, so it works out in, you know, 2 ways.
I came across it on YouTube this morning, and it was pretty pitiful. I watched maybe 10 minutes of it and was ready to choke somebody out, so I had to stop watching it.
Yeah,
But
see,
anyways,
that's another
Zach,
thing. That's another
ahead,
thing
man.
why I don't have like cable and TV and stuff, because I'll start watching it and then I'll get mad and start yelling at the TV or whatever. And why the hell they can't hear me? You know, I have Bob Ross channel streaming, so and it's on right now in the living room for background noise and for Flint out there. You know, I just walk through and hear happy little trees being made or nice little, you know, bloop, 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 and little clouds being there, and how anybody can paint and how he's going to get the little crimson and the brown and Van Dyke brown, add a little bit of yellow there, just get some sap green, and maybe we'll put some highlights right there. Right.
Zach,
There we go. Yeah.
the reason I hate the name Andrea is my brother's wife's name is Andrea, and she's a cunt.
Pinocho. That's the Spanish word for that word. It's a bad word, very bad word. Do not say that around women. Spanish don't go. Hey, Pinocho.
I taught Zach that word a couple weeks ago. I was like, Zach, I said, Chiquita Pinocha, and he's like, he's like, what the hell's that? And I was like, you're a little pussy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm the Prince of Pinocho. Yeah.
But I know that women get offended by that word, but I'm not calling you women that.
No.
I'm calling her that because I say things how they are, and a cunt is a cunt, and she's a cunt.
That's like, okay, on and that word, and ladies probably know this, but for the dudes dudes probably know this too, but for the younger that don't know this, like, you know, Karen is bad, like 10's up here, right? Okay, 10's up here, all right, and Karen's right here, and the C word is like up here, you know what I'm saying? C words are bad, worse than Karen. Okay, that's a better way to explain it.
If you call a woman, if you say that to a woman to her face, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get rocked if she has anything about her. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, one of God's warriors. That whole thing was ridiculous. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah.
My mother was a really big cunt.
There, thank you, Zach. There you go. See, even Zach knows. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Zach and I put that word in context.
Yeah.
We wouldn't use it to other women.
You don't just sling that word around. Yeah, that's a reserved word for reserved people.
Yeah. Zach, check out Chris's comment in the chat. See what she
Did anyone see the new picture of the opening Olympics? It's not here. It's on here. No, I did not see any of that. No, I did not. That would be nice. Hey, гр đ, what did you miss? Not much, just same old stuff. Us ragging on Zach and him, same old stuff.
We did have a ghost show up tonight that probably won't be back.
Yeah, we don't know. She might. She said she was going to,
but we all know how that goes.
I know Cash Kelly, Nicole. I used to watch Cash Kelly, and I've been watching him all the way up until he actually had to turn himself into jail. And actually, that's how I found Hawk, was through Cash Kelly.
Oh, wow.
Yep. The Cash Kelly and 101 were the first two. Well, Cash Kelly was the first one I started watching on here. And then 101, I started watching him. Then Hawk was on Cash Kelly one night. And then I seen him on 101. And then that's when I started seeing all of y'all popping around. But I've been watching Cash Kelly, for a while, the street light. Yep.
I personally like the hell out of Hawk. He's a good dude.
Love Hawk. Hawk has taught me a lot about a lot of everything subjects.
Yeah.
Gardening, planting, training my dog, helping me with my dog. What's going on now? What's happened in the past? What we don't know and been lied to, Hawk's one of the people that's woken me up, awakened me. He's the one that's gave me the tools to go down the holes to do my own research.
Yeah, Hawk is a good dude. I guess I've been watching Hawk for over a year now. And I ended up going to 101 because I seen he was on there.
That's how I got to 101. Is I seen Hawk was on 101's channel one night.
When I first seen Hawk, I think he was reading
107?
something.
107 Kid by the Side of the Road?
I think it was before that.
Okay, yeah. When I first saw Hawk, he was on Cash Kelly. And they were talking about right after the Nashville Christmas boom boom, and talking about how everybody was warned through the street lamps or whatever to evacuate the area on Christmas Day, and then it said boom. It was like 2 days after that or 3 days after that. That's when I seen Hawk on Cash, and that's when I started following him.
Being from Tennessee, and I've been in Nashville a lot. I mean, if anybody goes to a major hospital, they usually go to Knoxville, but sometimes people end up going to Nashville. And I'll say one thing about that whole situation. Something doesn't sit well with me. They didn't have to be warned by damn lamppost. I mean, it was screaming on the radio. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And also, what he showed too is he showed a picture of, it was a camera view, okay, like camera view. And Winnebago's sitting over here, but yet you see the blast here and everything is going this way, instead of inward, what they're claiming would do. If it blew up from the Winnebago, it would have blown out that way. But the projection is all going towards the Winnebago and that way, and it shows it. And I seen the video. He showed it. It was all over, and clear as day. You can see the Winnebago right here and flash of light, zap, boom, and that was it.
Yeah, with that camera angle view, you can see all the pieces flying toward the camera. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I don't know what that was. I probably never know what the hell that was, but I know there was something wrong with it.
DEW.
I can't. Go ahead, brother.
I wish I knew you guys longer. I met this community only in February.
You're too busy spending time with the puppy dogs and with the 50-gallon drum of peanut butter. We know.
Watching midget porn.
Don't get all sentimental on us. We know you love peanut butter.
I love you, brother. Hey, Zach, You know what Amish porn is, right? All it is ankles and knees.
Yeah, man.
There'll probably be a few goats in there too.
Yeah, but they're just showing pictures of their ankles and their knees. Maybe a sheep here, a goat here, you know. Maybe a chicken.
That's what I mean. You might see some hoofs with ankles and knees.
Little piglet. Donkeys.
Donkeys.
They all had Trump flags.
Zach, on a serious note, we love you, brother, and we wouldn't have it no other way than to be here with you.
Yep, absolutely.
Chris has another question for us.
Did you see the former California senator on the news saying he was mugged and robbed in Oakland? It's like, no shit, your people defunded them. Well, I didn't see that, but you're absolutely right, Chris. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, let's get honest here. First of all, Oakland's not that great of a place to begin with in California. It's always been a part of my French shithole. You've got nothing but gangs. You got the Bloods. You got the Crips. You got the Latin Kings. I mean, there's I don't know how many are there now. And see, the problem with the gangs now is, okay, before, let's say you have the Bloods right here and you have the Crips right here, okay, and they're still the same gang, but you have different sets. It's like, this is this set of Bloods. This is this group of Bloods. This is this group of Bloods, which is in different areas. They're not going to step on each other's toes because they're still in the same gang, but they're just under a different set or in a different area or part of the neighborhood or county or whatever, different county. Okay. Well, now what the gangs are doing is they don't give a rat's ass if you're a Blood in this set and we're still with the same gang. I don't like your set and we're taking you out. That's what the gangs are doing now. Everybody's like, oh, but the gangs are uniting. No, the hell they're not. They're shooting the hell out of each other and killing each other more than what they were before, because now the sets are divided and it's not just the gangs that are just divided. It's all the sets are divided now. So you got this one and this one fighting this one and this one.
I've got a comment on what Jeremy just said. He's 100% correct. Instead of fighting Bloods versus Crips or this and that they say that they're united because you have like a 9th Street set of Bloods and a 9th Street set of Crips, and they might hang out together and they might do business together. They're not best buddies and sleeping together. You know what I mean? But they're still fighting. They're fighting each other. Just because they say that red and blue is united does not mean that they're not fighting the 10th Street Bloods and Crips right next door.
Yeah. Yep. That is absolutely 100% indubitably correct. Oh, I got that word right. First try.
And if you guys want
the rest of the night.
If you'd like to know my opinion, Chris, my opinion is anything that is said or done in California or pretty much anywhere in the United States right now is a staged event to try to take away weapons.
Just trying to take away our freedom, take away more and more, and and here's another thing that the companies and the multi-million-dollar people and the elites are freaking doing, because they're trying to get that. And oh gosh, who said it? I can't remember. It's one of my YouTube channel here, one of these guys, and I just seen it. It was either yesterday or the other day. Go ahead. Oh, you're saying hi, maybe back. But I can't remember the channel. My phone's about to die too anyway. But he was talking about, and I just subscribed to him, and he was talking about how these elite people now and these big tech companies that produce your cereals and your juices and everything, they know that it's so close to the end, they want to get that last dollar. So what they're doing is they're adding the food with fillers or whatever, and what they're doing is they're actually decreasing the amount that we get, but yet increasing the amount of money that it's worth. And they're doing it a small little bit at a time that you're not noticing it. So like, for an example, say a box of cereal was 28 ounces. Okay. Well, now if you go, instead of getting your box of cereal and it's 28 ounces, now maybe it's like 26.3 ounces, but you're paying $1.50 more. And what they're doing is they're decreasing a little bit more, and they're increasing the money to try to make it stretch, because they're creating a food shortage, is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I want to comment on that. Does anybody other than me remember living in the early 90s? Like, actually remember living in the early 90s?
Yeah, I used to be
I know,
able to
Jeremy,
take $20 and get a whole bunch of groceries, and now you can only get 2 or 3 items.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not just that, but your bag of chips used to be pretty much full.
Full. Yeah, it wasn't
Now,
air. It was all the way to the top.
yeah, now when you buy a bag, they go by ounces, and the bag might be a 24-ounce bag, but it says 16 ounces worth of chips on the side of it. Used to, that bag was full.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, good example. I'm glad you said that, because today when we were shopping today, grocery shopping, went by the potato chip aisle just for giggles. I really don't eat them a whole lot, but I keep them here in the house because sometimes mom comes over and she likes to eat chips or whatever. But I seen this one thing of Doritos, and I was like, damn, that's a new type of Dorito. That shit looks pretty good. I want to get them. I went to grab the bag. When I grabbed the bag, it squeezed a little bit. And say the bag is this big, but there was only this many chips in there. And I looked at the price and I was like, $3.25. Threw that shit back and was like, ain't nowhere in hell. You're right, Navy vet. Candy bars are nothing now. I mean, yeah.
But the ones that they call what is it, super size, is kind of like the full
king size
king
ones.
size was the full size back in the day. Now you gotta pay an extra $3 to get a full size candy bar. I don't eat candy that much, but I know the prices. It's ridiculous. Soda's the same way. They used to sell 24-ounce bottles, and now they're selling 16-ounce bottles.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, soda. That's what I mean. It's next time you guys go shopping, start looking. Just start looking at like ounces and how many grams it is, and then write it down. Keep a mental note. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go shopping again or whatever, say a month later, month and a half later, go back and start looking at the grams and everything. Because I noticed that stuff. I'm in the restaurant industry, so I noticed, hey, wait a minute. We were getting this in the restaurant before now, and now all of a sudden, how come they're this size? You know what I'm saying? And nothing you can do about it. That's just how the company, corporation, big tech, or whatever they're doing. That's exactly what, that's just how they're doing. They're trying to, create a food shortage and get as much money out of us as they can by putting more fillers in there and making it more weight. That's all it is. There's add more corn syrup or whatever,
I just noticed the soda thing probably 3 or 4 years ago, I think it was, because we were still able to get 24-ounce bottles, and then here in Tennessee, and then all of a sudden I grab a bottle and I'm like, man, this feels awfully skinny. It's the same height, but it's skinny.
It's
and
skinnier.
I'm like,
it's smaller. Yep.
I'm like, this is the same price as a 24-ounce pop, and it's 16 ounces. What the hell?
Yep. And you want to hear something crazy, is you can go and get your 20-ounce pop and pay $1.98 or whatever, and turn around and get a can of pop that's 16, and pay 79 cents for it. Or it's vice versa if you get bulk and don't get as much. Oh yeah, Navy vet. I'm glad you said that too, because I remember when, you know, back in high school around, you know, my senior year and whatever, you know, we could go take the car, go to the gas station, fill our car up with gas, get 2 packs of cigarettes, pack of rolling papers, some Pepsi, some freaking, I'm not lying, rolling papers, yeah. You know, a bag of chips or whatever, and still have like $1 or something change left over, you know. And I mean, now what will that get us? Barely a sandwich, enough to get you to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Cigarettes are the same way, Mike. I mean, they just raise the price on that shit. You still get the same amount, but they jack the price up and then come up with some new tax to cover it.
Yep.
Just
Well, see, and that's how like in North Carolina, Mike, you're talking about beer. Well, see, it's different here. Different states kind of have different alcohol laws. Like here in North Carolina, you know, you have to go to an actual liquor store that's owned by the state. And say you own your own your little mom or pop little convenience store, or you got a grocery store or whatever, and you want to sell beer and wine, well, you have to have a license to do that. You know, it doesn't, and you have to pay the state for it. You know, we don't have privately owned alcohol stores around here. You know, we've got like cigar shops and everything like that you still have to pay taxes for.
Chris, I'll touch on that just a second. Zach and I both believe that the only person controlling the weather is God. We don't believe. Zach and I don't believe in the whole HARP system, or we believe there's a HARP, whatever it is, but
it's not.
We don't believe it's controlling the weather across the United States. I know out west right now they're in a huge drought, but here in the east it's rained more than it has in 2 or 3 years. So I believe God's the one that controls the weather.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome, Johnny Angel. Nice to see you, brother.
Hey, Johnny, what's up?
I thought Greta Thunberg controlled the weather.
I'm not even going to speak on that.
Hold on, man.
She's over 18. We can talk all about her if we want.
Moose, go ahead and put that info in the chat. Let them know what HARP really is.
Hey, I just got this like a couple hours ago. Something about an underground gate explosion that blew up in New York City. Yeah.
An underground
right
gate
on the
explosion.
Sidewalk. It says underground gate explosion. Yeah. Oh, Snap Spores put it out for me. He sent it to me.
I guess Moose Man don't want to go too in depth. He said that he did a whole show about it, and it was
shut down for 2 years. Yeah, he did. That's why. Yeah, that's why I said Moose Man knows. Yeah, he knows all about HARP.
I don't trust traders either, Chris, but I don't believe anybody else has the power to control the weather.
They've always been able to. They put a little salt or silver in the clouds, and boom, stuff comes down. I mean,
I don't believe that.
Well, that's okay. I don't believe in
The big rock candy.
something else.
Moose Man just told you what harp is, or told everybody what harp is in the chat. Read what he said.
Okay, what? Okay, like Moose Man's the guy that knows everything.
I know he worked as an officer. He was in the military. I don't know. I don't know how. No, he worked for Harp, but Jeremy is the one that brought up that he worked for Harp. So.
Okay. So I gotta go with more than one source.
I know that they have a station for Harp. I know that it's way up north, close to the North Pole. But in my personal opinion, there's only one person that can control the outcome of the weather. Now, let's hear from Steve and let's hear what he thinks.
Well, I agree with Navy Vet. We all control the weather with our farts and the wind and the butterfly effect. It all up and adds up in some small ways, you know. And if you ate what I ate yesterday, yep, we all contributed to it. I don't know. I'm just reading. 'Cause I thought Zach said read this.
Moose Man said he was in the Air Force and lived there. Was with Harp from beginning to the end. So apparently they shut the program down. I didn't know that. And Barefoot said she lived not far from Harp. And who's this feller?
Chase.
How are you doing this evening?
Hey, Chase.
I'm good. Hey, hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. Wondering what in the world's going on in the world.
Yeah, I think we all are at this point.
The world is a vampire.
Yep. Set the drain, yang, yang.
Harp in Gakona, Alaska. I do know that Mr. Man lived in Alaska. That is a fact. So that's one thing that I do know is, you know, I've seen evidence of that, you know.
Well, and you know, Ben Franklin put a key on a kite string, and you know he caught some electricity. So if you put metal in a cloud, something's coming down.
One of God's warriors says there's more than just one harp machine. I thought there was a base up in northern past Canada that we were stationed, that the U.S. had.
No, there's multiple.
No, I'm talking about there's a specific base that's called like Harp or something like that. That's almost at the North Pole above Canada or something.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Interesting.
What are you saying, for?
Nope. Not there. They're everywhere.
Chris has a question. Do you think 5G actually affects us? Do I think it actually affects us? I don't think it affects me. Not right now. Could it in the future? I don't know.
Only if you take the jab. That jab's gonna sense that 5G and link right into you and take over your life.
Was it the vaccine's got some kind of particles in it that makes like 5G reception like kill you or something? Or
It's mRNA with little nanobots that receive 5G that control you and make you a little zombie-like person or destroy your bones, make you deteriorate and die, make you, extra, infectious to other people. That's COVID strand D or whatever they're calling about it, So all these people getting vaccinated. Oh, no, we got COVID D. No, you got stupid people taking a vaccine.
Yeah.
The only thing I could find about any of the HAARP stuff is that it was in Alaska and it's been closed, but I don't know if there's other ones. I'm not sure where they are. I guess in northern Alaska up toward the Arctic Circle, that would be above Canada. Correct, Moose Man? That's probably the base I've seen. And there he is. There's Moose Man.
Well, I know my iPhone's been acting up ever since like the election. Like my iPhone's like it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I get off an app or something, and then like it has like a shade of like the app that I was on, and like I'm on the screen, and I exited out of the app or whatever, and like it has like a shade of like it looks almost like it reminds me like a nano chip. Like I can like look through my screen and see that like it's almost like somebody's like hacked my phone or something. It's creeping me out.
Chase, can I ask you
What's
a
up?
question? A serious question?
Yeah, what's up, man?
You don't smoke meth, do you?
Oh no, I smoked a lot of weed. I smoked a lot of weed though.
Hey, Zach, turn Digester's camera off and mute him until he gets back, because Moose Man's trying to get up here, and I think he's having trouble. I don't even know what the hell's going on now. Everything done went to shit. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for fixing it, buddy. No, Chase, personally, yeah, Moose Man, we couldn't see you. It just kept buffering. I tried to get Zach to turn Jeremy's camera off and mute him. I think he's working on it. So maybe you could try to get back up here once he gets that done, and it'll work. Chase, do you know how to turn your camera off? If you don't, it ain't no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives us more bandwidth so more people can get up here. Try it now, Moose Man. See what happens, brother. Don't forget to smash the like button. Johnny Angel is one of the best moderators I've seen in any chat. He's always posting links. The man has posted my link I don't know how many times.
Whoa.
That we might have a moose man.
Okay.
Yep, we got a moose man.
I hear you guys now. So the StreamYard uses a lot of band. I may not have it here in Oklahoma.
Hey, I think the connection's bad on it.
Yeah, it might be.
I can hear you, Reaper.
We
I
can
can
hear
hear you,
you,
but
but you're on your camera. You're not moving.
If we get connection on this end.
Okay. Well, what I wanted to say was I was with Hulk.
Ah, damn! There he went.
I blame the Chinese. Psych. I blame whoever invented 5G. Psych.
So tell me what you're thinking, Chase. What brought you up here tonight?
I don't know, man. I'm just wondering what's going on in the world, man. I'm a Christian, and it's just so sad to just see how much hate and just how much corruption and evil is in this world. You know, it's just heartbreaking, man. And what brought me up here is just, you know, I just wanted to say hi to Zach and just say
Yes, he
hi to y'all. Just
is there.
see what y'all were talking about.
You're fine, brother. You're more than welcome to come up here. Yeah, as far as things going on today, a lot of that I think is a plan that is trying to. I don't think I can't. I don't know how to say this. I don't believe in the big plan that all these people talk about, like this is a big movie and the military's under control and all this other stuff. If they are, we're not going to know about it anyway, so I don't believe all that craziness. If it is happening, like I said, it could be happening, but none of us are going to know any answers about it. As far as the violence and stuff happening, the only reason that's happening is because the man that is sitting in the White House that shouldn't be there.
I just want to say
Yeah.
something real quick about that. Obama, he fired all the strong military men. He fired all the strong generals. So what we are seeing is a direct result of what was done by Democrats.
Well, yeah, Barack Obama, his middle name is Hussein. He's Muslim Brotherhood. I don't even know how he got in power. He hates the United States. He hates Jesus. He worships Muhammad Allah. I guarantee you, he believes in Muslim faith. He don't believe in Christianity or freedom, for that matter.
It's where one of our nation's worst moves ever.
I know, and all the black people praise him like, "Oh, he's black. He's not even black. He's not even black. He's half white, half Arab." That's what I thought.
Howdy, Bill.
That's what I think. I don't know though. Beats me.
Really, I don't know. I know that Trump done the best he could to build this country back up from what Obama left us in. He done a great job of it for 4 years, and we're going down quicker now than we ever have before. So, and Roberto, I do see you.
How does how does a president who's been vice president for 8 years, 8 years of vice presidency, how does he even become president?
Because his wife was a man.
There have been a lot of vice presidents become
Oh
president.
no, wait,
before.
wrong president.
Yep.
Yep. Get it, Lyndon B. Johnson.
I think Nixon was a vice president, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I thought Moose Man might know.
Yeah, he was.
Jester, you got
Jester's muted.
Nixon said he wasn't a crook.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm not a crook.
He put his fingers in the air while he said that too.
I'm not a crook.
Yeah. Can't believe that guy.
Moose Man.
Killed my YouTube stream to give me some more bandwidth there, Reaper.
Oh,
There you go. Much better.
All right. Go ahead and say what you was wanting to say earlier, brother. Now that we can all hear you.
Okay, well, I hope this works and y'all can hear me. As was mentioned, I did work at HARP from the beginning until it was defunded by Obama. When Obama got elected, it is now under the control of University of Alaska Fairbanks, but has not been operational in 2 years. They have not been firing HARP. HARP gets its power from 4 locomotive diesel engines. And if that's enough to control the weather, well, then I want to go buy some locomotive engines. There are other facilities across the world that are known as ionospheric heaters. They are research. HARP was the premier facility because it had steering capabilities for their energy 30 degrees off vertical. The other sites are strictly vertically into the sky. They can only affect the ionosphere about 30 miles up where the electrons are in the ionosphere in the D and E layers. When the guy said that HARP will affect the weather, he left out one word: space weather. It will only affect a small patch in the sky, even at 30 miles up. And what they were doing was, right now we have skip conditions on CB because of the solar flares and the solar energy hitting our ionosphere, and it opens up radio communications across the planet. HARP was trying to do an experiment to ground base duplicate that, what the sun does every 11 years, so we could communicate with submarines sitting on the bottom of the ocean floor. Because right now, if our nuclear subs come up to communicate, they have to come up to periscope depth, and they're visible to Soviet satellites trailing a long wire out the back. So we were trying to improve our communications to where they could sit on the bottom of the ocean floor and get tactical information and nuclear codes or whatever in case it's necessary for wartime. That's what HARP was about. The guy that wrote the book, Angels Don't Play This HARP, used a stolen document. It was a meeting of all the scientists that came to Alaska to say what they would like to see HARP was done before it was ever built. He published a book that lied to people and equated it to a different patent. And all HARP is an HF transmitter in the 2.78 to 10 megahertz category, which is basically your ham bands, and it puts the energy skyward. So that it can affect the weather is the biggest bunch of horse crap anyone could put out, because we live in an electronic environment. There are big transmitters all over the world, as far as like Radio America, Radio Free Europe, that are bigger. You've got shortwave transmitters. We live in cell phone transmitters now, 4G, and anybody that says 5G is going to hurt them, if 4G didn't hurt you and 3G didn't hurt you, 5G is just another microwave step and packet data because we have overloaded the 4G system with all this new electronic stuff. That's my game. I'm also a licensed ham radio operator. I was communications officer for the Air Force in Alaska, and I worked with HARP. And I was like I said, I was on the RFI committee, and I accessed millions of dollars worth of test equipment. I monitored HARP every transmission, and they had to work on an experimental license, and I shut them down when they interfered on ham and broadcast frequencies. So if one person puts out a lie and 1,000 websites put out that same lie, it doesn't make it the truth, guys. And that's the fact. And I lived there. I was 31 miles from HARP. I was on the HARP side all the time. I gave tours, and I was also the technical representative for the American Radio Relay League to HARP because of my status there.
Moose, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
My question is now in the same setting, the people that are having radiation problems from 4G, will it get worse with the 5G? I mean,
Actually,
we know these things do put off radiation, but it's minute amounts, I think, right?
Actually, for every wavelength, let me put it to you this way. It's like when you drop a pebble in a pond and you see the waves going out and they get smaller and smaller and less energy. If you're right near, you have to be close to a microwave for it to be affected. In other words, like your microwave oven is set a certain distance to heat food from that little microwave generator in the top of it. Well, it's the same way with microwave transmissions. You would have to be close. Now, under federal law, all these phone companies and anybody, all these cell towers and stuff, they have to do a radiation RF diagnosis of the area to determine any danger zone that being within X amount of distance of that antenna will produce. But that's why you see these antennas put up so high in the sky, because you're not actually in a direct wave like you would be with a focused dish. These are omnidirectional antennas which radiate badly in all directions.
Now the newer ones, the 5G ones, I've heard that they're putting them a little bit shorter, but they're also just like an add-on pack to the 4G, right?
Right, because, well, they're a shorter antenna because they're a shorter wavelength. But what they have done, and if you go research the companies and the patents that are building this, they have come up with better ways of, it's what's called packets. It's where they bundle those bits of information and are able to transmit it faster at a higher data rate. What we've done is, with all these new vehicles that can drive themselves and all these new cell phone apps that you can control your door locks and your lights in your home, we have overloaded the 4G system with all the internet, with all the games being played, with all the cell phone and text calls. We have overloaded the 4G. So they had to come up with a faster way because the system will not carry what they've got. So 5G is going to solve that like 4G did to 3G. Now there will be a 6G, there will be a 7G, there will be maybe even as high as an 8G eventually. But what it is, it's just a different change in bandwidth, and it's higher packet capability, being able to transmit more data in a smaller signal. And that's what 5G is. And it's just like any ham operator. If you talk to a ham operator, he'll tell you they have to do an RF evaluation of the energy around their antenna place to make sure it's safe. Because yes, you can get heating, and the human body can get heating from radio waves. You're going to get probably more by holding that cell phone to your ear than you're going to get from a 5G tower, though. That's the problem. That's what they're not telling you.
The damn phone's next to your ear receiving reception from a 5G tower.
No, it's the phone transmitting back to that tower. When you're receiving,
Is
you're
it
just
not?
getting
Is it not
on
up
the
to
phone.
your ear? You're just going to tell me it's not up to my ear, and that's not going through my damn head?
Well, it is, but I'm saying the energy is when your phone transmits. Your phone is a transmitter. When it's receiving, it's just a receiver. And yeah, the airwaves are all around us for frequencies from up to almost gamma radiation from AM broadcast, right on up. There is, from 500 kilohertz or lower, actually, it's all the way down from 0 kilohertz or 0 hertz up to gigahertz, and then into your radiation spectrum. If you go
Digital.
online
It's
and look up the
digital,
ham
not
radio
amplitude
chart,
modulation. It's not
it's
AM
basically an
FM.
FM
It's
digital.
digital now. It's not AM FM. It's not
But
amplitude
it is FM.
modulation.
Right. It's FM though. It's an FM transmission. It's a frequency modulated data pack. I mean, hams have been using this for years on different systems before this even came about for cell phones. So the thing is it's your proximity to the microwave tower. Now, I would not want an apartment with a microwave tower even 50 feet away from me outside my window, because you would be in that radiation zone. But the farther away you get, radio waves decrease in power to where they're barely, how can I put this? They're barely really detectable on a signal strength meter, yet your device is set up to receive that tiny signal and use it.
Now, me personally, I'm a patriot. I'm a Trump supporter, and I'm just like the rest of you. I love God. But the thing is with me, my feet are planted firmly on the ground. And Moose Man makes a lot of sense. And being that he specialized in communications, I mean, he knows a lot of what he's talking about. Most of what he's talking about. Now, I don't know the difference in none of this stuff, so maybe somebody could school me on it, but it sounds logical to me. I can't say that I disagree with anything he says. I know when it comes to ammunition, stuff like that, Moose Man is the best. I wouldn't go to anybody else with my questions. So I assume he wouldn't be trying to lie to anybody for any reasons.
Reaper, my whole deal is educating people and getting the truth out there, because there's so much bullshit people have been fed on the internet, and they gobble it up like filet mignon, and it's pure bullshit. And we're seeing more and more people are starting to wake up, but there's so much out there, a lot of CIA disinformation, and I worked for the CIA years ago, and I know all about their disinformation campaigns. So they put that stuff out there as a distraction to get people distracted to what's really going on, and people need to understand that. Now, if anybody out there, I challenge them. If you really want to find out about radio and communications, go to any public library. The ARRL stocks every public library in the United States with books on microwaves, on radio transmitting, on ham radio, on all the frequencies, the dangers, everything else. The books are in the library from the American Radio Relay League for anybody to check out and learn. And it's got every kind of information out there, and it gets technical. There's a lot of math involved with radio and frequencies and that. And it also has the charts that shows where all the frequency allotments are for all the planet, because it's all done by international treaty as to what frequencies we can use and what are used for what. And it shows you, and it will tell you what the danger levels are of microwave radiation. I have the books here, but you can get them in any public library for those who really want to learn and go find out the truth. It's out there.
Yeah, Moose Man, I'm saying I agree with you 100% on everything you're saying. I'm just trying to explain to everybody else why would somebody lie. And I know there's people out there posing as fake patriots and putting out information that is absolutely ironic. Stuff I would never believe. Even, I mean, come on, some of it's ridiculous. And I'm not saying that some of these things couldn't be true, but until I have 100% facts in front of me, I'm not going to believe it. That's my feet are planted firmly on the ground. I know what I know, and if you can prove to me that something happened that outrageous like they're saying, then prove it to me. Let's not talk about it. Prove it. You know, I'm one of those guys.
Like we're from Missouri. Show us. But that's what I'm trying to do is show people. I used to give tours of HARP. I was actually instrumental in getting some of the equipment in HARP they hadn't even thought about because, like I said, I worked with the Air Force laboratory. I worked for the Naval Research Lab. I ran one of the biggest communication stations in Alaska for search and rescue for aircraft and emergency transmissions. And as a matter of fact, I was called by the president the day of 9/11 to activate to ground all aircraft in Alaska because we started grounding all aircraft after the 9/11 attack. I was part of that too. But there are other ionospheric heaters in Tromsø, Norway, in Syria, Russia. They've been playing with the ionosphere for years because of the communications. Because during the day, you have what they call the darn D layer of the ionosphere that absorbs radio signals. And if we can find a way of making that reflective, we can increase our communications to a maximum effect. But that's why they're using microwave for cell phones and stuff now, and got away from used to be the AM broadcast was your long range stuff, and then they came up with FM. Well, FM was only good for 50 miles or so. Your shortwave is in that category where HARP is for at night. You'll notice during the day you don't hear it, but at night when the D layer goes away, you can hear radio stations from all over the world with a shortwave radio. This is what they're playing with, is the ionosphere 30 miles up in space.
Don't you like see it when aluminum's dropped into the ionosphere?
Well, they use aluminum chaff out of aircraft, I know, to jam rockets there or missiles that might be coming at them. They use chaff for that. Now, I will admit there was some experiments done with the geomagnetic field out of the University of Alaska, Poker Flats Rocket Range, launched rockets that put barium up along the Earth's magnetic field so they could see and track the actual Earth's magnetic field. And the one spot that HARP followed along that magnetic field with a radio transmission ended up in the ocean south of New Zealand. When they located that spot, they actually put a buoy there with some very sensitive radio equipment and were able to pick up micro, it was like microwatts of HARP signal that was, it wouldn't be detectable unless you had very specialized equipment. I do know that HARP did an experiment with our satellite that we have halfway between the Earth and the Sun, and that satellite was barely able to pick up a HARP transmission at it's about 5.5 million miles from Earth. So, but it was barely able to pick it up, because that's the thing. Radio waves decrease in energy every length of wave you go. In other words, like if I'm putting out 60,000 watts out of my antenna, well, a mile from me, without specialized equipment, you're only going to be able to pick up a very small amount of energy. Yet the closer you come, like with a neon light bulb, I'll be eventually able to light that neon light bulb up with the energy I'm putting out. But the energy decreases. That's part of what the atmosphere actually does to radio waves.
Well, Moose Man, I can say one thing, that that we have the same deal with the 4G and as far as I've seen with the 5G, because it's like anything else. The further you get away from it, the less the frequency is.
That's exactly right. That's how radio works. It doesn't. It loses power. I mean, right up by your transmitter, you're high. That's how microwaves were discovered to heat food. One of the guys that years ago worked on it had a candy bar in his pocket, and he was working while the microwave was transmitting. He got close to that dish, and it melted the candy bar in his pocket. That was the start of the Amana radar range. That's our microwave today.
And doesn't the CB operate off of AM, amplitude modulation, where it bounces off the ionosphere and back to the Earth, and then Chase has a loud thing happening, and then it keeps going?
CB radio works off AM and upper and lower single sideband, which is a variation. It's more like it's not actually FM, but it's a different mode of AM that uses only half the frequency, but yet it transmits farther, and that's single sideband. And that even your ham operators use a single sideband on like your 80 meters. And when I say like an 80 meter signal versus a 2 meter signal, an 80 meter signal is 80 meters long for one wavelength. A 2 meter signal is 2 meters long for one wavelength. A 5G signal is a microwave, which is probably less than an inch, let's say, so everybody doesn't get confused. A microwave signal of one wavelength is less than an inch. Where you get 80 meters, it's 80 meters long. Well, that's over 80 yards long for one wavelength of signal. So the bigger the meters, the more meters, the longer the signal is. And then you get in, that's in megahertz, and then you get into kilohertz and AM broadcasts. That is an extremely long signal. It's a longer wave.
What's LTE? LTE.
What is what?
LTE. It's like 3G. Like when I first got my iPhone, it was like 3G, and then all of a sudden, I got this newer iPhone, and it's like LTE. It's supposed to like load data faster, and then it came out with 5G. It's like 3G, then it went for my iPhone, it goes it's like LTE, and then Wi-Fi.
Chase.
It stands for light.
It's an upgraded data package, is what most man's saying. Yeah. Like we went from 3G to 4G, and then from 4G to 4G LTE. It was just an add-on package.
It's kind of like
it's how data is handled. So you can stream data, one character right after the other, and that takes a lot to do. You can packetize. It's like on your computer. If you got a zip file, you can zip that file and transmit it and save it in a smaller area. You can compress it. That's what data compression is. Forms packets, and it can transmit those packets, and then it's decoded at the other end to open those packets up. So when you can transmit packets, you can transmit way more information than you can with just a single data stream.
It makes everything you're saying makes total sense, Moose Man. I don't doubt you one bit.
It's kind of like you guys remember 256K dial-up modems versus what we have today as far as up to a T1 line for internet communications using fiber optics. It's basically the same thing. We have sped up the information that can be transmitted over the internet the same way that cell data now is being sped up to be able to handle the amount of traffic we got, because everybody's got a damn cell phone. Everybody's got an iPhone. They've got iPads. They got portable computers. You got computers in your cars now. You got all this computerized stuff in your house, and it all takes data from point A to point B to operate that stuff. And it has to go through a system to do it. So like if you're like somewhere, say in New York, and you forgot to lock your house in Connecticut, you can dial up your house and lock your house from wherever you are off your smartphone. That's what I'm saying. This kind of data takes a lot to do, and we've overloaded our system because of all this new technology.
Moose Man, let me address the chat real quick. One of God's warriors said they can pick off a cockroach on the ground from space with the technology today. I don't think Moose Man's not saying that they can't. I think what he's saying is he's correcting people on what they think HARP is. He's correcting people on what they think 5G is. He's not saying that they can't pick off a cockroach from space. I'm sure he would agree that they could.
I cannot speak to what secret weaponry we have in space. I do know I made one of the discoveries way back during the tethered satellite experiment that failed. And I was even mentioned on Art Bell about it and spoke with Dr. Richard Hoagland. If everybody knows who Dr. Richard Hoagland is, called me all excited because I had discovered what was actually going on. And I was actually listening to the space shuttle when it happened, monitoring their transmissions in Alaska. I lived in Alaska for 30 years. I'm now retired in Oklahoma. And I don't know what they can do. I know we've got cameras now up in space that they can basically see if you're drinking a Coke or a Pepsi. So yeah, we've got that capability. Now, as far as weaponry, I cannot speak to that, and I won't speak to that because it's not my field. My field is communications and radio and that sort of stuff.
Cool, man.
Very cool.
And that's the problem. That's the one problem with HARP people don't understand. You're running 4 diesel locomotive engines to drive amplifiers that are using a 3CX10000 ceramic tube. It's a tube type amplifier that we've been using since the 1930s. We've just upgraded to ceramic tubes, but there's nothing spectacular about them. They're tube type, but these amplifiers were designed to be spectrally pure so they would not interfere with other broadcast stations of any kind, whether it be aircraft, television, military, whatever, because this was a high-powered antenna array, but they were using 4 locomotive engines to power it. Now, these 4 locomotive engines are eating about 40 gallons a minute in fuel when they're running. So the thing about HARP is they only had fuel tank storage to run those things so much. They had fuel trucks running up there constantly, and they only operated normally about 2 weeks out of the year, twice a year. So you have these periods, and these were all the geophysical institutes across the planet were actually doing different experiments during that time. Now, most of the people that there was one control operator at HARP, but the HARP experiments were actually done by grad students from most of the major colleges in the United States. And I met a lot of them from MIT, Stanford University, UCLA. I was in with the University of Fairbanks geophysical section. I knew all the doctors. I made friends with the guy that wrote the book on the aurora, Dr. Akasofu. I was friends with the dean of the graduate school college up there, and I had a higher IQ than he did, and he really respected me. I was friends with Dave Sentman, who wrote the book on blue sprites and red jet, and did the research on lightning and that. The other site that we had was Arecibo as a radio telescope in Puerto Rico, but it crashed and destroyed a few months back last year. They had a tower fail, and the whole thing is destroyed. So Arecibo has gone completely offline. We lost a great radio telescope that was actually part of what we call tied in with geophysical experimentation and looking at space weather, the ionosphere, and that. But we've lost that. So there's one I know of in Russia, and there's one in Tromsø, Norway. There's another one somewhere, Ice Cat, Syria, Russia. HARP was premier because they could steer the antenna array. because they had a way of controlling via fiber optic cable in a computer program the way the amplifiers actually transmitted to each antenna once they tuned them up. So that was the only difference between HARP. Instead of shooting directly skyward, they could move it in an X or a zero fashion or turn it off of vertical. And I love talking about it because it was a great research center and I had access to $1 million worth. I could look at the ionosphere and tell what frequencies were usable, what the maximum was, what the minimum was, if we were getting bombarded with radiation from the sun, what the electron count was up in the atomic oxygen, and like when the aurora happened up there, which was very frequent. That's kind of what HARP was kind of playing in those layers where the aurora happens, where the aurora borealis happens, and you get the atomic oxygen turns green, the nitrogen turns a color red, you know, the different gases turn different colors. And that's done because they're receiving all this energy from the sun that is actually a form of electrons that's hitting us. And it's our geomagnetic field that protects us from this, along with our ionosphere. And I'm talking too much. Go ahead, Reaper.
No, you're all right, Moose. I'm glad to have you on here. One of God's warriors. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I wasn't trying to say that you're being disrespectful. I was just stating that that Moose Man agrees with us, or agrees with people on some things, and some things he can tell you the God's honest truth about because he has personal experience with them. And I'm sure things do get updated and weaponized every day. And Moose Man's not arguing that. He's just arguing the stuff that he knows about. And I know that you're not meaning no disrespect or nothing, so I'm not taking things the wrong way or nothing. Are you talking about Chase, Chris? Yeah, Moose Man, I highly appreciate you coming up here. Steve apparently left. He was wanting to ask you a few questions or talk, and he left. Hey, I get up here on these panels all the time, and you just got to wait till somebody's done. I mean, that's just the way it is. Zach, and TCP host this show, and we have to wait till people get done talking, and that goes for anybody. I mean, what was it, last week or the week before? Last week we had Roberto on. We let him speak most of the night. A couple weeks before that, Steve and Smiley were on. We let them speak most of the night. I mean, so you just gotta wait till somebody's done and then take your turn. So nobody meant any disrespect, Steve. We just kind of let people talk about what they want to talk about, and then when you get your chance, jump in. Let me see. Somebody asked a question,
I am a
Zach.
patriot,
It was,
and I am an oath keeper. I swear an oath to defend this country.
Oh, I wanted to ask you. He took off. Moose Man, we love you, brother. Are we gonna call it a night, Zach? Oh, there he is. He's back.
Great conversation.
Can you hear us, Moose Man?
Excuse me. Ooh.
I would like to hear his thoughts on the supposed 7 HARP systems in India. Internet's slow. He's having problems with his internet.
See y'all later.
It's definitely. Oh no.
Moose Man, well, I don't know if he can answer me or not. I wonder who Carr's car is. He seems to be a very knowledgeable person, too. Looks like an older feller. He looks like he's smart, too. I can't click on the net is slow. I don't have. Moose Man said his net's slow. He don't have 5G yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Reaper, I am a patriot. I am an oath keeper. My oath is to the Constitution of the United States. We the people will defend our rights, will defend your rights. Even though I work with the government, for the government, and that, I'm a patriot at heart, and I always will be. My dad was a famous World War II ace fighter pilot, and he instilled in me God, country, and guns. So I'm going to get off because my internet is slow. Thank you guys for giving me a little platform, and I appreciate it. And thank everyone else for their service. Zach, I love you, brother. Don't get no peanut butter on you. You can't wipe off.
Thank you, Moose Man.
I'll catch you guys later.
Moose.
You bet. Take care. I love you guys. We'll do it again.
There you go.
About ready to call it, Zach? Unmute yourself, ding-a-ling. This guy here, I can't even do nothing with him. He muted half the time. Then he wants to turn his camera off and go to bed, and I take a little nap halfway through the stream. Then he wants to call the dog in, get his 50-gallon drum of peanut butter. That way they lick his little tiny butt. Zach's so cute. I bet you I could take the 85 pounds of him and rock him like a baby in my arms.
Poor Zach.
Thank you, Moose Man. It was an honor to have you up here tonight, brother. Thank you, Steve, for
thank you
being
very
up
much.
here. And thanks to everybody that showed up on the panel.
Absolutely.
Are we calling it a night, Zach? Chase, thank you for coming up on the panel.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, it's always a learning experience.
Freedom, liberty, all day.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Thank you, Uber Guy, гр Maurice Delk, Dangerous Freedom After Dark, Prepping 101, Tactical Technician, and all the rest of our Patriot family. We appreciate this family and we love you.
That's what everyone.
Now, hold on. To help the channel keep going, donate at Zach's PayPal, ZWD Designs, email thepatriotbrothers1776 gmail.com. We have alternatives to Facebook and YouTube. www.YoReSpot.com. That is spelled YORE Spot. www.YoReTube.net. That is spelled YORE. Go check those out and support Brandon, support Zach. Thank you, Patriot family.
45 thumbs up.
It's globbed up right now, Zach. I can't see it, brother. Oh, like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you want to find me, just get a hold of Zach. He knows where I'm at. Thank you, Nicole.